on? Welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 38 today, and the nuclear episode is finally here. Well, and here's what it's going to be. It's probably going to be like a 13-parter because there's like a million things we got to do with this nuclear stuff, and I was thinking about it, and so what I did was I went and I set it up, but not like I didn't set it up, but I put down like all the foundations just because basically a lot of the busy work and kind of like our location is set. So, but I don't want to skip too much past that because I think it's going to be very complicated. So I want to get a good chunk of it in on camera for sure. I'm sure there'll be parts that I just don't think will be. They probably won't make the final cut because they won't be as exciting. But anyways, we're here. We're watching the sunset. We're sitting up on a tower platform because we're all about safety here, even though Odin doesn't believe it. But first thing was first. So I was gonna just put this together all like really fast, but it actually turned out kind of neat. I almost wish I would have put it on camera, but we've already built one basically, so I'm gonna go over this. So I might put up some timestamps because I'm not sure when we're gonna get to everything, but I want to go over some of the updates that I've done just to make sure we're ready for the nuclear stuff. And then, yeah, we're just going to basically scratch the surface of the nuclear stuff. I want to get the water and uranium rolling in. That's kind of the goals for the day. I feel like there's so much with it. If we set a couple goals for each day, I think that'll make a good episode. And in all honesty, it'll probably be a two-parter, maybe a three-parter. But if we can get it in 2 episodes, I think that'd be pretty cool. So first thing I noticed when I was just starting to kind of look at it was the power we had going on. Oh, hold on here. The power we had going on was not great. If I came over to the power, I think we were sitting at 5,600. And you can see we're quite a bit above that now. But you can see we're almost using 5,600. And I haven't tripped a thing in a while. Ooh, but before we get going, the Q-creant for the day. And you know what? Hold on. Let me take another 30 seconds of your time. All the comments, appreciate it. Thank you for waiting on me. I know it was probably 2.5 days before I got back to a lot of the comments, which was but there was a lot of really good ones. I did turn down the jetpack sound. So if you go into your audio and you go into here, you can actually like show sub options and whatnot of certain things. So you can see in here, I turned down the hover pack. So that was a really good one. I know like our usual pros like MSC and Enigma and those guys. Odin had a lot of really good comments. But the Q-creant, I really like that. I like reading your guys' and girls' answers. They're very interesting. So if I didn't get back to a comment, and you're wondering why, just shoot it to me again, because sometimes they just get lost in my notifications, especially now that I'm getting a lot more. So yeah, let me know if I missed one. So I do get back to all of them. But otherwise, the Q-creant for today is if you could. So you know how like bringing back movie series is really popular. Like right now, I'm watching the Jurassic World series with Chris Pratt. I really like him, and I've never seen him, so I'm through the first like 2 new ones, the one that came out in 15 and then the one that came out in 18. So I'm curious, what is a series or like maybe a movie that's an older one that you think would be cool to update? You know, like how they've been doing that a lot. Obviously, like the Star Wars movies, the Jurassic World from Jurassic Park movies. There's a whole list of them, but what's an old movie that you think would be a good one to like bring back and remake? I think the Jurassic Park ones so far have been pretty good. I liked the Star Wars ones. I know some people are they like the old school ones, which I do too, but I thought the new ones were okay. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And just offhand, I can't really think of one. Like Spaceballs. Spaceballs would probably be at the top of my list to not remake, but maybe the sequel, which would kind of be a remake, I'm sure. But Spaceballs, Caddyshack, Major League. I loved all those movies. The problem is it's like Dumb and Dumber, right? They're classics. So if you make a new one, it's got to be really, really good. So it's almost like maybe doing it with the classics is a bad idea, and you need like that middle of the road popularity. But anyways, I'm kind of curious. What would be a good one? I'm sure you guys got some interesting ones that you can list. Okay, so here's what we did. Right, if you remember a long time ago, we had this back here. So this is like that crude oil where it kind of like spouts up. So I got the pressurizer thing on there, and we're bringing up a bunch of oil. And basically, I sharded the crap out of everything so it doesn't take as much, and we're producing quite a bit. So this is bringing in 900 with everything. If you saw on the bottom left there, it's all sharded up. So I got a couple holding tanks, and then we're going into these bad boys. And sorry, it's going to be a little loud in here. But these refineries are all sharded up, and you can see they're taking in 150, right? Which means I can get 6 of them rolling with the 900, 150, 300, 600, 900, right? So we're using all that oil coming up, and then we're producing 100 per minute. If we go into here, these are using up 50 a minute, right? So that means we've got 6 on each side, making a total of 12, and that's what's giving us all of our juice. So again, these are all sharded to crap too. And then another thing I want to show you, in case you didn't know, you can put like what are they called? Under architecture, catwalks. You can put like catwalks on these too. But God, it's so loud in here. But yeah, so that's kind of what that looks like. So we're kind of maximizing our power based off of one of those bad boys. And it's, again, I was just getting so close, and I feel like we need more power than I was supplying to get our nuclear stuff set up. So that was one of the things I did off camera. And again, I feel like we've kind of seen me set up a power plant, so I guess it turned out pretty cool. Oh, I forgot. It did turn out really cool, I think, and I just like put it together super fast too, so kind of turned out better than I was just putting it out to like get it there, but I think it turned out okay. One more thing I want to show everybody before we start going over to the nuke site is I didn't know this worked. Like, look at this. So you have, I'll set this one up quick. I didn't know this actually worked. So when you put your lifts up, hold on. Let me go to my right. So when you get your lifts up, and you set them up kind of going that way, then what you do is you put a merger. You can put the merger right on the top of this lift. I never knew that was a thing. Like, I know I saw this before, but I'm like, that won't work. So I just didn't do anything with it. But yeah, it 100% works. See that? So this definitely works, which is crazy. So I'm definitely going to do that going forward rather than connecting stuff to them. And I'll show you an example of, I don't know if I'm going to change it because it's already set up, but this is how I had been doing stuff. And sorry if I missed this tip from anybody, but see how I have like the mergers over here? So I mean, it looks fine, but I could have just set those mergers right on top of there. So I don't know. Like I said, I think this looks fine. It was just a little extra work for me, but yeah, I could have put the mergers right on there. But now that I know that, we're all good to go. Let me get a little speed boost here. Ah. Get it? Yeah. All right, so let's go and start checking out the nuclear stuff. I think I've been talking long enough and showing new stuff long enough. I'm trying to think. Anything over here that's new before we fly over? I did automate everything. And then, we have the extra ports set up. So if we need to, which I know we will, I think for sure we can go check it out quick. The electromagnetic control rods, I'm like 99% positive those are in the formula of nuclear stuff, which means we got to send those over. And we're not making them super fast. So I think we're going to go kind of bare bones with the nuclear setup to just get it up and rolling. But what am I up to? I mean, I'm almost up to 500, but something... so we've got some stators. What's rolling in a little slower? Yeah, the AI limiters are rolling in a little slower. You can see stuff doesn't get down here super fast. So One of the things I got to work on, now that we have the power, and I have a bunch of shards, is maybe making some stuff more efficient. I should have most of the stuff down there. I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. We'll probably have a couple cuts in here where I'm going back and forth, but at least for right now. Okay, so what do we need for sure? Let's do a quick rundown. I'm gonna probably put up one of these. Okay, so I need encased beams, steel pipes. Yeah, I just spent a ton of time on that last little project, and it was like 2 in the morning, and all of a sudden I was like, holy crap, it's 2 in the morning. So I didn't get as prepared. I mean, I have a lot of it prepared, but there's a couple things like these, for instance, that I don't have. So let's just grab a couple materials, and we'll get ready to go over. We do need 2 of these. I can always make one of those over there, but oh, looks like we're out of metal sheets too. These depots have been awesome, and that's what kind of why I'm out of stuff. So now I don't worry about carrying stuff as much as I used to. But I still want to make sure I have at least a stack of most things. Ooh, how's my copper sheets going? We're gonna be doing some tubing. God, I don't have any of those either right now. Let me see. So let's do. Come on. Let's grab some of them. And nope. Nope. Why is it being kind of a little bit of a pain? That's good. Let's see here. Dang, I wish I would have. I should have taken 5 extra minutes to kind of get this ready. That's my fault. That's okay. You can see the whole prep process. Then I usually come over here and I kind of get rid of some crap that I know I'm not going to need that I may have accidentally picked up or whatever. Yeah, we're pretty short on a lot of things. So let's just grab a couple stacks. I don't want to get too crazy. I know I'm going to need a lot of that. And then, let's see. So we're going with you. Okay, got enough for that. Let me grab some aluminum so we can set up the conveyor line. We'll need that. And then we're also going to need water. A lot of water. So we're going to need some more plates. Otherwise, a couple of the machines I already have set up out over there. I figured that would kind of help. Otherwise, I would for sure be going back and forth way more than I want to, because I know I'll forget a machine. And then if we go to our water extractor, okay, we should have enough of those. I need to set one of these up yet over there, but I don't think we're going to get to it today, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure we're forgetting stuff, but those depots have been super handy. What else would it be? Just the water. Yeah, we got those. Got all that. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we got. So I found the coolest cave that's just perfect for this spot over here, and I'll show you how I found it. So you'll see as I'm coming in, right? So this is where I'm thinking of putting it, right? That's where our train's going. I kind of like the idea of having it go over this hole too, because, that's not unsafe. There's water up there if I wanted to get it, which was originally the plan. But look, right there. See that cave right there? So I don't remember if I was flying over here and I found it, or it might have been. So what I did do is, again, all this is just foundations. I haven't ripped really anything out. I just put a bunch of foundations down to kind of get stuff rolling, and then a couple of the machines that I'm going to need. And then I put a man cannon over here. But yeah, again, I don't remember where or how I saw it. But when let me charge that back up. When we're going to get our water rolling in, look at this cool area back here. So I came back here, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, a little cave back here. I wonder if there's anything. I think I killed one spider, and then I was like, ooh, look at all of this. So it's super cool back here. We're gonna grab this. And while we right after we grab this, I actually grabbed another one, and I'll show you where, and then I'll put up the clip for it. Okay, so no story for that one, but I did get a little bit of a story bit for the one, and I'll show you that in a second. Water. Look at this. Hold on. The water extractors work down here. So if we can just get a line of water extractors down here, that's going to be awesome. Because we're going to need a lot of water. A lot of water. I want to say it's like 600 per sharded out nuclear thing. But again, that was why I kind of wanted to get... It's going to be a very rough episode. We're just going to try to get, like I said, the uranium and the water here. And then try to figure stuff out from there. Because I have no idea how this gets set up. I know we need the fuel rods, and I know waste is going to get sent out, and I think we can take the particle thing for that. But you can see if we look at our water, is it going to go up with this, or does it got to make something first? Yeah, okay. So 600 per sharded out thingy, which is quite a bit. And I think we're going to want to do that. So, again, and I don't know. Obviously, this would not be ultra realistic, but I'll probably put some support pillars down there. But I kind of like the idea of having the bottom being able to be seen. And then I want to say there was probably a Mercer Spear like there or something. So let's look at that. I'm going to just add in that little clip of us finding that Mercer Spear so you're not missing any of the story.
This is a shrine to Windows and Living Complete. You are not the Nut Effigy.
Correct.
The Nut Effigy is a temple?
I do not think that is correct, even though I am not entirely certain of your definition of temple.
The Nut Effigy is not you but sings for you.
The Nut Effigy is an entirely separate entity from me. We aren't even made of the same base components.
It is a vessel of your intelligent clouds.
Probably close enough for now.
All right, so that's that story bit. I suppose let's get cracking. I do have a bunch of nuclear things. Maybe we'll take a look-see at what it looks like now. So it looks like nothing now, but I got a feeling this is going to be a very busy area. Oh, let's see. I don't know how I want to do this. So I think I might just kind of have this as a staging area for right now. So maybe we'll do you just for now. So this will store like our uranium. Again, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I hope there's not a million spiders in here. I think I killed them all. I don't know if they come back. If they do... Ooh, slug. Ah, man. There's a bunch right there. I did bring extra ammo. The homing ammo is awesome for these little buttheads. Otherwise, one of the other things I like doing is getting them in a pile and then throwing some some explosives down. All right, let's grab some of this stuff. I don't want to be wasting. Yeah, when I was thinking about this nuclear stuff, I was like, do I want to set up like a lot of it off camera after or before? Because I was like, God, it's probably going to be pretty hard, and I don't want to like drag things out. But at the same time, I feel like, God, the nuclear power, then I was like, man, no, maybe I should show just like almost all of it. Even the parts that are going to be tougher. And obviously, if it's just hard to watch, I'm going to probably take some of that out. But for a lot of this, I feel like we need it in there because it's such a big project. Looks like we got a couple parts back here yet. Yep. All right. Everybody dead. This ammo's not cheap. That's actually not too bad. All right, we're gonna have a lot of get some meat for the butcher here. Okay, so we don't want to be messing around with this crap too much. Let me get in there. So this is our uranium normal node. So let's get. And again, I have no idea. But I'm assuming like this stuff is just fine. I feel like what in real life it had to be like you'd have to make it kind of specially. I don't know. I mean, I worked at a nuclear facility. I should know, but okay. Oh, we are gonna have to run power up here, aren't we? Okay, well let's at least get things going for now. Again, I don't think we got to get like too crazy fancy in here. I'm like never gonna come in here unless I have to. Maybe we'll kind of curve stuff down there. Yeah, okay, as I said, am I gonna get blasted here? But yeah, we don't have, oh, that is one thing I don't want, though. Suppose I could raise this a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, probably. We'll get it up here a little bit. Here we go. So yeah, this really isn't that treacherous of a path, which is kind of nice. And now that we know there's like water back there, yeah, I feel like if we spend today just getting this set up, was that a spider? We'll get this set up. We'll get some power back here. Yeah, it's looking okay. You can always change stuff. It's kind of looks a little extra wavy. That's all right. Actually, yeah, I don't know if I like that. I might come back and change this later. Let's just get this crap down there for now. Nope. Yeah, I don't know if I like how it like waves down and then comes up. Talk about getting motion sickness. It goes and then back up. Yeah, we might just go back to default ones. That's alright, I can do that later. This should still have the same effect. Not long enough? I hate you. Alright. Now... Oh... I feel like we're gonna need power in these corners. Let's just get that. Let me do that. Again, this will all be walled in eventually. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. Right, are you too long? Yes, you are. I don't know where the center point is. I'm not too worried about it. We'll just put that in there. Okay. Let's do... Let me get that. Let's do one more view. Actually, hold on. If you do it from there, it'll make one of those. I can see how long I can make my wire. And then I'll do the cheaper ones once we get in here. All right. Yep. And then let's do some cheapos. Just kind of set those up along the line. That shouldn't be too long. There we go. All right. Now all we gotta do is make our lines going up here. I don't have any rods on me, dang it. That's alright. Yeah, you guys definitely, I I know initially I wasn't like super high on the depot because I was like, I don't want it to like take away from the game, but I don't feel like it does at all. This is a little bit of space magic, which is a-okay. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I hope everybody's ready for the going the way. It's fine. That line is gonna be heavily radiated. Okay, probably can just shoot this one right on over, huh? Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, there's a purple slug up there. Alright, and we'll put one there. Alright. I know. Now, see how we're doing here. Oh, there it is. Oh, I was gonna say it doesn't irradiate you on here, but actually it's not too bad. You can like be fairly close without it irradiating you. That's kind of nice. All right, before we go, where did I see that? I thought a slug over here. Probably like 8 million of these bad spiders over here, which is very sad. They are pretty tough. I think the top level spiders might be the hardest thing. Oh crap! Might be the hardest thing for me to fight in here. Like this is like a normal big one. He's even a pain in the butt. All right, let's grab you. I like it. And thank you. I shall go take you to the butcher shop. Anything over here? I don't look at anything else. Okay. All right, so we've got the uranium coming in. It's kind of just like wee along the little wavy thing, whatever. Okay. So, I'm curious. So if I like stand like right here, yeah, I'm taking some heat. Oh yeah, this is building up. Gotta remember not to frickin' put any in my pocket. Oh, one of the things I think I'm gonna do too is I really like this little river that goes through. So I think we're gonna have floors here and then glass out there. But what I might do is if I like put a roof in here, right? I might do that. And then once you do the first one, it's pretty easy, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna just do like a little glassway that goes along the river. Just I don't know for funsies, I guess. But okay, so progress. Now, I think what do we want to look at next? Do we want to worry about the water first? Because I'm wondering how I'm gonna do that. So we need a lot of water coming in, and this is just for the first one. I kind of want to get like the first one set up, and then we can go from there, but... Alright. Let's see, what's our... Oh. Nitric acid. Yeah, we're gonna need that eventually, too. Which, that's... So that's a whole other thing, too. So we need... I don't remember what we need that for. This is sulfuric acid. Right, and I'm pretty sure we can just bring sulfur over here. Yeah, here's the non-fissile uranium. So I want to say this is the next step. So this we can take. So this we can. I think we can turn the waste. Yeah, there you go. So there's your waste right there. So we can kind of like turn the waste into this, which I might just sink the waste and kind of pretend it's like an isphacy. Which, I guess, if you don't know much about like nuke sites and stuff, it's basically like where the spent fuel rods go. I forgot exactly what it stands for, but it's like ISFSI. Something spent fuel rod something. I'll look later. Okay. So here's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need this, which is that's concrete. I know we have a bunch of limestone over here. I think we're gonna have to also bring sulfur over here. That'll be probably the problem for the next day. Because I think, like I said, goal-wise, we've got the uranium coming in now. Now I think we're gonna have to look at the water. And where's that cave? That's the cave right there, right? Yep. So we're gonna probably bring that water down. I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if I should have a holding area up there and then send it down to a holding area down here, which gets it over there. And then we got this whole middle area to work the line part of it. And again, this is definitely going to be a very rough idea of what's going on. See what I'm saying? If we do, because I feel like we're gonna have to pump water up here, right? I don't know. Well, we can worry about it when we get there. Let's go look in here. One of the things that would be super cool is I wonder if I could send it through the wall. I don't think so, but I do kind of want to check. Because then we could just kind of like, I know it's not a thing in here, but we could kind of like pretend like we drilled the wall out. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, let's see. I can move this over quite a bit. Oh, hold on. Where's that going? Okay, let me get you in there. I kind of want to use this space to the best of my ability. Right, because I got a feeling we're going to need it all. So that's actually pretty solid right there. If I can line these two up, that'd be awesome. It was kind of lined up. Nope. Let me see. Come on. Give me that spot again. Oh. Come on. Come in. I don't want to get too crazy here, but it's so close. The other thing is, I guess I'm really not too worried about these parts of it. It's going to be more about the middle part of it. Which, man, I don't know. Ooh. I'm going to need foundations down here. Interesting. Okay. Do we want to... I think I want to get these in first. That'll kind of help me set up where my foundations are going to go. I think so, yeah. So then I don't really have to worry about it as much. I'll just get this in the corner as much as possible. If I... Yeah, that's not as good. Okay. Alright. And then I can always reline these later a little bit if I need to. Right, so kind of, right, again, thought process is now if I put in... We're going to need foundations, I think. Ooh. Oh, no, okay, that'll work. Where's my center? Where's the center of my cave? I guess we can... I can always build them kind of through the thing, too, just to get them in the right spot. Yeah, these are the parts that are tricky to get right. So if I go kind of through there this way, again, I can always change this. And I'm probably gonna clip initially. What's gonna happen is these are gonna go away. But this should help me kind of organize. Ooh. Yeah, that's too high. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. I guess I don't really need the high ones, do I? No, I don't. So I want to get it above the water level. There we go. Maybe that's better. I think that should be fine. Just gotta make sure these are above. Alright. So again, reason I'm putting that in is, so we're going to be doing 600, but I'm wondering if eventually we got to get 1,200 in there. If I can get it all from this place, I think that would be ideal. But these pump 120. Oop, didn't mean to do that. If I shard them... Oh, it's not going to tell me till after, is it? Well, it'll be more. Yeah, let's get initial stuff set up here. Okay, so now, here's what I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be a thing. But if I bring this all the way up here, because otherwise we're going to need a lot of pumps, right? I think, yeah, I think it's too far. I don't think I can bring it through the ground here. No. So I think we're going to have to pump water up this area. So this should be an adventure. This is definitely going to be our most difficult water piping bit so far. And then again, yeah, here's kind of what I'm thinking with these. That's my direction there. I guess I'm not too worried about it. Wonder if I do... It's gonna take some thought. So those are kind of angled at a different angle. I guess that one's not. I wonder if I want to angle them off of... Is that gonna let me put that back in there? Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to angle them off of the grid. So let's go out as much as we need to. There we go. Okay, there. Yeah, I like that better. So then what we can do is we can get all of our pipes going into here. Oh, man. What do we want? Do I want... I don't want you going in there. I don't think you're lining up perfectly, but that's okay. And then, like here-ish. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to take some finagling. Ugh. Man, I suppose as long as those are far enough apart, it's fine. Okay. And then we're gonna have these kind of running up this. So I wonder if I can should I put in supports? I feel like yes, right? I don't know. Last time I did that kind of messed them up too. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna kind of bring it up for me. It's too long. Okay. So let's get you there. And then I kind of gotta... Yeah, there we go. Think that'll work? I kind of want to just run these up side by side. Too long. There we go. Alright, so we're pumping the water up. Ooh. Did you really? Thought I had that one on here. Okay, there we go. Alright. So just kind of keep bringing them up here. See, it's not uber duper far, but it's pretty far. Ooh. Let's do that. And then... that should be okay. Yeah, I'm just worried we're gonna get like a kink. Like a kink in the hose. Alright, so let's have them kind of set up over here. I think that's fine. Alright, and then get you coming up here. And we'll run some power lines down here. We're gonna definitely need anyways. So we'll have the water pumps, we're gonna have regular pumps. On the lines we'll need pumps. That's okay, I guess. We can pretend like we dug out a little part right there. Alright. Let's see. I'm thinking we can have... how do I want to do this? I'm thinking... we're eventually going to want 2 separate lines going into the water, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to try this for right now. Let's see how this looks. If I put one of you in there, and then one of you goes there, let's say. We'll make all this look prettier later on. And then if I put you in there, okay, yep. Got our pipage going down. We could make those more vertical too, which maybe I'll do later. Again, a lot of this, I'm not going to say it anymore, but a lot of this we're going to be redoing. We're kind of just getting the mechanics down at the moment. All right. Power lines. Power lines and pumps. Let's make sure we get these parts set up, and then we can add the rest of our water. Got a power line down here somewhere, right? Yeah, that one. Oh, but I don't think you have any more. I don't think you have any more things on you. No. Let me see it. Dang it. There we go. All right. How far is too long? Is that too long? Dang it. What about here? Ooh, I like it. That'll work. Yeah, whatever. It's not too bad. Okay. So then, I want to make sure I don't get that in the way, though. Let's have go there. And then we'll... I don't want to... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We're going to redo this anyways, right? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Definitely hit the wrong level there. I was like, man, this isn't making any sense. All right. Okay. So, the big thing is like the power lines, I can see myself not moving. Surface too uneven. Yeah, we're gonna have to find areas that work. Kind of like this. I do kind of like that. Stuff's gonna be like going through stuff, but I think that's okay for now. Okay. Now, here's where the fun part begins, because I'm definitely not a water pro. But I do know these aren't gonna get anything. Right. Yeah, we're getting some. We are working. Okay, so now let's see here. I'm thinking again, if I do this incorrectly, let me know. But if I put on pipeline, yeah, right, okay. right? So if we put if we put pumps on early on, right? Once the water gets in there, we're kind of going, right? So that's good. And then this should show you where it's pumping up to. So it's going to make it up to there. Okay, so that's fine. And then if I... So here's that's kind of the weird part. So if I... Then, it's like these kinks, right? Like, that kind of stops it. So then do I need to put one, like, here? I guess we'll find out, because then I would need, like, another one here, right? And that should get us... Yeah, that'll get us all the way down. So I'm a little worried about those kinks. That's, like, the hardest part for me that I gotta figure out yet. So I understand how, like, the lines work and all that. Let's see. So we're gonna do a pump there. Oop. Pump there. Pump there. All right. Now let's check it out here. Yeah. See, I don't think we're getting anything in here yet. It's these things that kind of mess me up. So we're getting that water, but then I'm not getting anything there. Yeah, so that's working well. But then it's these, and I feel like that happened last time. Once I like rotated this a little bit, it just doesn't want to work in the next part. And you're on. So it's going up 20 meters, which is perfectly fine. Yeah, and it's like these kind of kink it. So I wonder, let's see. This might be where we be a cut, and I think people figure out, I think they understand like what I'm trying to get at. Now it's just a matter of, can I get there? All right, so I guess let's curve. Straight's kind of nice. Ooh, that might be the way to go, actually. Then I don't have to move that thing. Okay, maybe I will. I'm gonna try this one more time. And then if this one doesn't work, then I'll do a cut until I do figure out what the heck I'm doing. That's actually pretty good. I like that setup. All right. So we're going straight piping. Yep. And then let's do. That's the part I don't like. Like, why are you looking that way? There we go. Okay, maybe like there. And then you should be able to feed straight into there. See, so like now can I use... Maybe we go with auto right here. Let's see. Noodle. Oop. That's interesting. I can just bring it through the ground there. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's kind of going through the ground anyways. Look at this. Horizontal to vertical is kind of neat. Will that work? Yeah, see how it like kind of digs in there? And then it goes up there? I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, you saw like a hole in it down there. Okay, let's try... I guess let's just do a curve one. Maybe that'll... Okay, well, let's hope that works. Okay, so now... Yep, we're going there. Are we getting any up here? Guess we're not getting any there yet. I'm gonna have to put like the pump like, I don't think I can get it right on the thing. Maybe that's where I gotta have it go. Right, because yeah, see how it's getting, it's stopping there again. No. Yeah, is that the, maybe that's the trick. Maybe I gotta have it line up with that. Oh, looks like it's gonna go through. Alright, let's do... Where is my wiring? Let's see how that's looking. Alright. Man, I thought that might go. Yeah, 'cause I can't, right? Because you can't put it here, right? Because it still stops right there. Then here. She doesn't want to go here either. Yeah, it's these things, man. I feel like it's the I'm creating like a kink in the pipe, and I don't know how to undo that. It's like a matter of finding the right pipes. Oh, look at that. Now we're getting water now. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's crazy. How am I getting... What's the head lift on these? Well, that's that. But oh, yeah, I guess it is 50. So we're like right at it. See, like the head lift is 49. Recommended 50. Yeah, so it's just a matter of finding the right way to do that. I'm wondering if I should put one more. Yeah, I mean we're filling up. Man, and I'm just making it on that thing too. So I wonder, because we do have a little bit of space for like that. I think this creates 10. I think it's 10 meters on the head lift that these create. So I probably could put this up a little higher. As you can see, yeah, we're going slightly above. So maybe let's do, we measure it out, I guess. I feel like there's probably a better way for that, but, right, like that'd be 4 meters. And then like that's 8. So we know we'd have to keep our pump kind of below those. Right, so I could move it up maybe a little bit. Let's try that, see how it works. See if I get enough. I should. That seems like plenty. Yeah, the water is always a... I don't remember what I had going up here now. Fine. So no, it says we're still getting the water up there, but that'll stop. All right, let me do you. Yeah, I can actually see it from there. All right, let's see. There you go. So not too bad. We're probably sitting at 45-ish there. So we should be pretty good. And then I'm thinking, just before we wrap this one up, now that we got the water flowing, and I'll get the other water flowing. This would then, I'm gonna send this all the way down to there. But that should be super easy because the pipes will just go down. Up. I don't know if we want tanks and then we can have the pipes going like along the wall into there. Oh, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna do that, but we're definitely gonna we'll probably get another buffer tank down there because I like the idea of that where the water's getting into those buffer tanks. So I'll go from here down to there, and then I'll have another like just a buffer tank that it goes into, and then finally goes into the plant. I think that's kind of the plan. Well, all right. Well, that was a fun one. I feel like we got a fair bit done, and now we have two of our vital resources coming in. Next episode, we'll definitely going to continue on this, and I think we're going to try to get in. I think there's like limestone over there. I think we need that, but there's a couple things we need. Oh, and sulfur we need to bring in. So we'll probably go and get those up and running, and then I feel like we'll be pretty close to having what we need to make her work. So come on back for that. Should be fun. And again, I feel like I'm gonna do the nuke plant kind of like I did today, where I'm not gonna cut too much out, and we're gonna kind of go through the bumps and bruises together, and then I feel like it'll make the end game part of it that much more worthwhile to see. But yeah. In the meantime, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Zelda's been doing a super good job with the Discord, so there's some interactivity every day, and it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. But otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.